In this video, I am going to show you how to take ChatGPT and turn it into your secret brand weapon for your medical aesthetics, your cosmetic injector business. If you have been wanting to really leverage ChatGPT to speak like you so that you can save yourself time with social media posts, with composing emails, with reaching out to acquaintances and colleagues, this is the video for you. My name is Dr. Teri Fisher. I am an aesthetic medicine physician, and I am all about automation, AI, and efficiency. And in this video, we are jumping into how we can use ChatGPT to sound just like you. Why is this so important? Well, having a brand that sounds like you when it comes to your content is critical for your own trust, for your own authenticity, and ultimately to help you build your clientele when it comes to your medical aesthetics business. And so, yes, you can do it all yourself, or you can use AI, and this can help you do it in a way that truly does sound like you. Now, I'm not saying that you just use whatever ChatGPT produces without looking at it. I think it's very important to have a look at it and for you to stay in the loop to make sure that it truly is authentic. But the amount of time that this can save is incredible. Let's jump right into the ChatGPT window, and then you can have a look at what we are dealing with. So you'll notice that here we are on the chatgpt.com website. On this particular tab, I've got two tabs open. On the first one, I am not logged in. You can see the login button is still highlighted. And so this is just a generic ChatGPT interface now without any training. There's no customization to it. This is literally, I just opened up the browser and this is what I got. On the other tab, you'll notice that this one up here in the corner, you can see my icon and I am logged in here. So this is where we're going to customize things, and we can go back and forth and we can compare the difference between a generic prompt and the response that we get, and then one that has been trained with the customization to me, and will give you a sense of what we're actually dealing with. So why don't we start off with an example? Let's go back to the generic one and let's throw in a prompt such as this. Let's put in, write an Instagram post to go with a photo of me doing a lip filler treatment on a female client. And let's hit that and see what we get. And it says, here is a suggestion for your Instagram caption. Lip filler magic, enhancing natural beauty one lip at a time. Today I had the pleasure of giving this lovely client fuller, more defined lips with a custom lip filler treatment. It's all about subtle, stunning results that highlight your best features. If you're ready to treat yourself to a fresh, plump pout, book your appointment now. And we've got some hashtags there. All right, so that's not bad, but it is pretty generic. That could be almost anybody making that post. What we want to do is make this more about the way that you speak. So now let's hop over to the other tab where I am logged in, and let's give it that same prompt. And let's see what the difference is in the response. All right. Perfecting the pout, the art and science of lip filler. Lip filler isn't just about volume, it's about balance, harmony, and enhancing what makes you feel confident. Whether you're looking for a subtle hydration boost or a little extra definition, my approach focuses on natural looking results that complement your unique features. Customized for you, precise expert technique, results that enhance, not overpower. Thinking about a lip refresh? Let's chat. Drop your questions below or book a consultation via the link in my bio. And what I can tell you from this is that there are things that I have customized my ChatGPT assistant to do or to say. And two of the things that are extremely important to me are natural looking results. And so you can see it highlighted that here, natural looking results, and unique features, things that are unique to the person. I also talk about being an expert in mind and having precise techniques. And so these are things that it has brought out in the social media post. Now, there is lots that I could still edit with this as well, but this gives you an idea. Let's go back and give this one other sample to just compare. In this case, let's throw in the prompt. How do I explain how Botox works to a beginner in my audience? So this again is the generic one. There's no training done on this one. And it says, here's a simple way. And it goes through and it says, Botox is a non-surgical treatment that temporarily relaxes the muscles responsible for wrinkles. When Botox is injected into target areas like between your eyebrows and around your eyes, it blocks nerve signals to the muscles, stopping them from contracting. This leads to smoother, more youthful skin as the muscles relax and the wrinkles soften. The results aren't permanent, but it's a great way to maintain a natural, refreshed look. It's a safe and effective way to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles with little to no downtime. Great. That's actually pretty good. But again, that is generic. There's not a lot of personality put into that. Let's give that same prompt to my trained AI assistant and let's see what we get. So in this case, it gets this response. It says, great question. Here's a simple beginner-friendly way. Botox 101, how it works. It's remarkable because those are literally the words that I use, so that's really fascinating to me. Botox 101, how it works. Botox is a purified protein that temporarily relaxes muscles. It works by blocking the signal between nerves and muscles, preventing them from contracting as much. This helps smooth out wrinkles caused by the repeated facial expressions. Think of it like a dimmer switch for muscle movement. It softens overactive muscles, keeping your expressions natural while reducing the fine lines over time. The result, a refreshed, more relaxed appearance without changing who you are. Quick and minimally invasive. Results appear in 3 to 7 days. Effects last about 3 to 4 months. Have questions, drop them below. So the thing that I like about this is that it has this question here, the result of a refreshed, more relaxed appearance without changing who you are. And I also like this analogy here. Think of it like a dimmer switch for muscle movement. Those are things that I've asked my ChatGPT assistant to do, to give analogies, to make things easier for people to understand and to have a little bit of personality. So there you go. And this can, of course, be tweaked as much as you want. That's the beauty of this, is that you customize it to yourself. Why is this so important? I want you to think of this like when you hire an assistant to do your social media. If you just hire that assistant and then say, okay, go do my social media, chances are you're going to get generic output. You're going to get generic responses. You're going to get generic social media content written for you because you have not given any direction. It's critical to give direction. This is how I want it to sound. I want it to sound personable. I want it to sound casual. I want it to sound professional. I want it to be a little bit edgy. I want to be no nonsense. Here are the facts. These are all different ways that you can adjust and tell ChatGPT to do this. So now let's get right into this. Let's really dial in and show you how you can do this for yourself. The key thing is to answer a couple of questions about your personality and your style. And I should mention, if you're interested, I've created a completely free guide, a blueprint to teach ChatGPT how to speak like you. And I'll put a link to that in the description below for this video. But this blueprint will take you through a couple of the questions that I'm going to ask you now. In addition, it has 8 different personality archetypes, which you can use as inspiration to get some of the words that you need to create your own ChatGPT. You can mix and match. And in fact, I encourage you to do that. Find something that really works for you to make it personally you. And then the guide will also take you through the exact steps of how to upload this to ChatGPT so that you will know exactly what to do. And once you answer those questions, it won't take you long to have this up and running. So, having said that, some of the things that you do need to think about is your tone and your personality. What kind of personality do you want this assistant to have? Is it going to be formal? Is it going to be casual? Is it going to be conversational? Is it going to be serious, professional, friendly? You can come up with a million different adjectives to describe how you want this to speak, and that is critical. The second part is to then to think about what types of phrases and language styles. It's interesting that when I did this example with you just now, it said Botox 101. I actually didn't even train that specifically, but it knew from the way that I speak, making things simple, easy to understand, casual, that's the kind of language that I like to use. Do you like to use certain words over other words? Because those are things that you can put into the training as well. Do you, for example, use the word aesthetic over beauty? If so, you can mention that. And do you use emojis a lot? You can put that in too. If you want to use lots of emojis, say that in your training module, and I'll show you again how we're going to do that. These are the questions I want you to start thinking about though. What are your values and your communication goals? Is your primary purpose of this communication to educate someone? Is it to entertain them? Is it to tell a story? These are things that you can also specify. Who is your audience? Putting that in can help the assistant to then know how to speak to that particular segment of the population. And then also think about just your style preferences. Do you tend to write in long, flowy sentences? Do you tend to be very short, to the point? Do you want to include links to things? You can see from my examples that in both cases, there was a list here. I like to keep things short, simple. If we go up to this result here, there was a list here, which is different from the other generic ones. These were written in paragraph form, both of these. And it's up to you to determine what you prefer. Now, once you've answered those questions and you have a sense of who you are and who you want your ChatGPT to be, this is how you upload it and how you train your ChatGPT. And it is really, really easy to do. Once you have logged in and you are in your ChatGPT assistant, you then click on your icon and then you come down to where it says Customize GPT. You click on that and it's as simple as putting in the information here. So what should ChatGPT call me? Well, that one's easy. I'm just going to put my first name in. What do? Well, I will copy and paste what I had prepared here. And I suggest you do this too. You can have a little notebook or a notepad where you've written down some of the answers to these questions. And again, my blueprint guidebook will take you through all of this in more detail. So what do? I put in here aesthetic physician and AI consultant. What traits should ChatGPT have? This is the critical part. This is where the magic happens, because you can see here, if you hover over the little I, it says you can tell ChatGPT to do things like use a professional formal tone, be casual and chatty, be opinionated. So you can choose how you want it to be. In my case, I'm going to copy and paste a paragraph here that I wrote, and I'm going to put that in, and I can just show you as an example what I put here. Professional but friendly tone, write in the first person with a male masculine voice. One of the things that I discovered is with the name Teri, ChatGPT would often assume that I was a woman and would write things or refer to me as a she if it wasn't in the first person. So that was something that I found that I had to train it to know. Responses should be concise yet informative, avoiding overly exaggerated adjectives. I didn't want these massive, flowy adjectives. That's not my style. Use simple, shorter sentences. Prioritize practical insights over theory. Avoid using the word beauty in reference to aesthetics. Use real world examples. Use some light humor sprinkled in on occasion. Use emojis sparingly. Ask lots of engaging questions. And if providing hashtags, use relevant local hashtags for Vancouver. And use contractions when it makes sense. And I thought all of this is some of the information that would be really useful for the model to know when creating information about me. Now, the next step is also looking at this second question. Anything else that ChatGPT should know about you? And if you hover over this, you can see that you can share things like, I love hiking and jazz, I'm vegetarian, I'm trying to learn French. These are things that potentially ChatGPT may reference in the responses if it makes sense. So I can grab a couple of things that I have here and I will put that in to this box. And you can see here that I wrote some information, again, can make my responses from ChatGPT more personalized. I'm in Vancouver, BC. I specialize in aesthetic medicine. My clinic is anti-aging medical and laser. My audience includes so-and-so who want to look refreshed, less tired, more attractive, and are younger. I focus on safe treatments and natural results. My tagline is sculpted confidence. I host a bi-weekly podcast called Anti-Aging Insights and a daily show called Aesthetic Medicine Minute. I'm known for my gentle touch. I also specialize in marketing AI automations, and I cater to cosmetic injectors who want to save time with AI. My slogan is simplifying AI, amplifying care. And my passion outside of work includes my family, ice hockey, technology, music, and my 2 Labradoodles. And so that's just about all there is to it. When it comes to the advanced tab here, you don't need to worry about it. I would just leave everything checked. You do want to make sure that this is turned on, enable for new chats, and then you click save. And that is it. ChatGPT is now trained for you. And the only thing that you really need to make sure now is that when you're using your ChatGPT, that you are logged in. Because when you are logged in, it will automatically reference all of those things that we told it to know about you. Now, here's the thing. Chances are, over time, you will find that certain things need to be tweaked. You may find something that you don't like in the output, or something that you didn't think about and you realize, I didn't really consider that, and now I need to change that. A good example is what I mentioned already. ChatGPT, when it wasn't talking in the first person, it was talking in some cases about me in the third person, and it would say she, Dr. Fisher, she is. And so I had to change that and specify that and tell it to speak in the first person and that I am a man, and that's the way that it should refer to me if that comes up in such a scenario. And so those are things that you will tweak over time. But this is really powerful and it really does change it. The more that you use it, the more difference you will see in the different types of responses that you get. And so with this, I hope that this takes your communication using ChatGPT to the next level, that it is branded for you personally. And I will promise you that if you take the time to set this up appropriately, it will save you a ton of time in the long run, because you will be able to put in things that you need to write, and ChatGPT will give you at least the first draft written in your tone that you can then look over and comment on and make changes if you need be. Again, remember, I've got the free guide link in the description for this particular workbook, this blueprint that will take you through the exercise of how to come up with your own tone, including those archetypes, and then walking you through the steps again of how to set this up. Remember, if this was helpful to you, please do subscribe, like this video, and there will be a ton more videos coming out with AI tips, automations for med spas, cosmetic injectors, aesthetic medicine practices. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.